What's up? This is Richie from the Where We Wild YouTube channel, and today I got 10 things that make camping miserable and how to fix them. Let's get into it. All right, before we get started, I just wanted to say if you're new to the channel, be sure to check it out. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. We really appreciate it. Let's get into it. Number one, bugs. Not fun, happens way too often in the outdoors. Bugs are a problem and they can make camping absolutely miserable. You're never gonna completely get rid of all the bugs. You're never gonna keep them all out of your tent. You're never gonna escape every mosquito bite, but there are things that you can do to help that situation out. The first thing, which I talked about recently, is never keeping your tent door open. Make sure that's closed at all times. Don't give them any extra time to get inside that tent. They're gonna get in there anyway. Your lantern inside your tent, if you don't need it on, don't keep it on. It's just gonna attract the bugs in there. They will find a way to get in there. And the most important tip I want to give here is using white sage to keep the mosquitoes away. You want to make sure you're getting it from a place that is responsibly sourcing it. But burning white sage, we have mentioned many times, it really helps keep the mosquitoes away. Just light a little piece of it like incense, burn it around your campsite, keep it in aluminum foil to be fire safe. You know, you could throw a little in the fire, keep it around the fire, wherever you're eating dinner, wherever you're gonna be, just burn a little of that. And there's just something about that smoke it produces. They do not like it, and it definitely helps keep the bugs away. I am not a fan of bug spray. I hate it. It's sticky, it's gross, it burns. It cannot be good for your skin. Some of the times you gotta do what you gotta do, but it's just not fun. So white sage is a great way to go. I've heard a lot of people talk about those Thermacells. I have not tried one of those, but I know for a fact that white sage definitely works. So give that a shot for sure. So don't keep your tent door open. Don't keep that light blasting. Even the light on your headlamp there, that's gonna attract more bugs to your face. So if that doesn't need to be on, use that red light mode I talked about in recent videos. Be mindful of that. Anything you can do like that makes a big difference to keep bugs off of you and out of your tent. Number two, kind of an obvious one here, but the weather can definitely make camping miserable. Always do yourself a favor and check that weather report before your trip. Whip out that iPhone of yours. Doesn't take much time. Find out, is it gonna be hot, cold, windy, rainy? Just figure that out before you go and you're planning your trip. I say it all the time, and it goes overlooked. It seems so simple, but so many times people go camping and they don't bring that extra jacket. They don't bring a rain jacket. They don't bring the extra pair of this or the ski hat to sleep in. Whatever it is, just make sure you bring the right clothes and you're set up for success no matter what happens. Like we've talked about a bunch of times, make sure that ground tarp is tucked underneath your tent. If it comes on to rain, make sure that you have an extra tarp ready to go to give yourself an extra shelter on top of your tent if it really comes down to downpour. Just make sure you're prepared for the weather and everything that it can throw at you, because you are just at Mother Nature's mercy and you never know. So just be prepared for that, because the weather will definitely make your camping trip miserable very quickly if you're not prepared for it. Number three, setting up in the dark. Try to avoid it at all costs. Get there early, make sure you have your stuff ready to roll, make sure you know your equipment, test it out at home, set up that tent in your backyard, your living room if you have to do it. You do not want to be struggling in the dark with your headlamp on and the bugs all over you and not being able to see what's going on, setting up your tent and all your big important stuff. You can even go into certain campgrounds early if they let you, and just make sure you're all set up before it gets dark, because setting up in the dark, man, it is just not fun and it will definitely make you miserable. And that's when you're first getting there. So don't start your trip off all stressed out, arguing, you know, I don't know where this tent pole goes and where's this and where's that. Be organized, get there early, know your gear, know your equipment, set up right away, and make sure you are ready to relax and eat some dinner and just enjoy the scenery by the time that sun hits the horizon. Number four, no shade. Now this is horrible, man. And if you don't have shade, natural shade or shade that you brought on your own, you are just gonna bake. So there's a few different ways you can play this to give yourself an advantage here. You can use satellite imagery to check out the campsite and the campgrounds you're planning to visit, and you can check out each site and use that satellite mode on the maps to spot trees and bushes and all that stuff. It'll show you all that stuff. It's not gonna be completely dialed in, but you'll get a good idea of, oh, okay, Site 24 has no trees whatsoever, but Site 28 is surrounded by trees, so let's aim to get that one. You know what I mean? So just get a clue before you go, and always bring some options to give yourself some shade if trees aren't around. A tarp, one of those space blankets to put above your tent to reflect the sun, certain things like that. Just make sure that you have a way to get out of that sun and to keep your tent even out of full sun, because just sitting in that tent, man, even if you have your windows open, whatever it is, and there is a breeze, it just bakes you. It really knocks you out fast. It's exhausting. You're sweating, getting burnt. Make sure you do all that you can, like I said, to pick a site that has natural shade. And if you can't do that, make sure you have a few options that you brought along that will give you some shade if need be. Number 5, people. Noisy neighbors. Now, depending on what type of camping you're doing, maybe you're backpacking out 20 miles into the middle of nowhere, you don't have to worry about people being around. But a lot of times when people go camping, you're going to, a public campground where the campsites are just kind of on top of each other, stuff like that. And in those cases, you're going to deal with people. Now, sometimes you're going to get lucky. Everybody will be chill and quiet, but other times, man, it can get a little ugly. You got people screaming, drunk, partying, the guy who brings the Bluetooth speaker, blasting music that you can't stand all day and all night. That is not fun. And then, of course, you got the dude who brings the guitar but can't really play it and sitting there all night by the campfire. The thing's not even tuned up, like, and after all. But what are you gonna do, man? Sometimes that happens. So my main fix for this is to bring a pair of heavy duty earplugs, like construction worker grade earplugs. Pop those bad boys in. When it's time to go to sleep, it makes a big difference. I'm a very light sleeper, so if anybody's being obnoxious or whatever around the campsite where I'm at, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. You gotta be mindful about the people who are trying to experience the outdoors around you, all right? I'm not saying you can't have fun, just be mindful. You got other people out there. Be respectful, do the best you can. Still have a good time, but don't be that person. So number 5, noisy neighbors. Bring those earplugs with you. They may come in handy come 11, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning when you really need to get some sleep, all right? What's next on the list? Oh yeah, number 6, hard ground. Definitely can make your camping experience miserable. And how to fix this is, we always talk about making sure you put that ground tarp underneath your tent to protect it from rocks and sticks and thorns and tree roots and water, obviously. But there's a few things you can do to make the inside of your tent more comfortable if you have the space to bring some stuff. Moving blankets work very well. They add some nice padding to the inside of your tent. But we always talk about those foam tile flooring pieces that you can get for gyms and playrooms and stuff like that. I will link them in the video description along with a bunch of other stuff that you might be interested in. But that foam tile flooring, if you have the space to bring some of those squares along, they make a world of difference. And if you can't bring something like that, like I said, yoga mats, moving blankets, anything you can soften it up, but it's just so much better than walking around and hanging out in a tent with that real hard rocky ground right under your feet or your knees or your back or whatever. Really nice to have if you have the room to bring it, for sure. Number 7, not getting a good night's sleep. Not sleeping well is absolutely the most miserable part about camping if you don't get it right, and it's tricky, man. There's nothing worse than waking up cold, damp, shivering, maybe you're too hot, whatever it is, but not sleeping well is just the worst. Just being up all night, not being comfortable enough to sleep. Make sure you got a good sleeping bag. Make sure you grab a nice little camping pillow if you can, one of those Trekology camping pillows we always talk about. I'll link it in the video description. Really helps. And like I said in the camping mistakes video, you really want to make sure that you keep the windows of your tent open so there's good airflow, good ventilation, the tent's not filling up with humidity and dampness, and that really helps prevent you from waking up damp and cold. And then obviously the tricky one that I mentioned also was making sure you don't dress too warm so you don't wake up sweating and then start shivering. That is just horrible. So just really dial in your sleep system. Make sure you're wearing the right clothes. Don't overdress. Get that good ventilation blowing through the tent. You can even grab that camping fan. I will link that in the video description as well. I talk about that thing all the time. Really nice to keep a good airflow, especially in the summer months when it's really hot. It's so nice to have that little fan blowing on you all night. It also adds a little bit of white noise. Not getting a good night's sleep out there is just the absolute worst out of anything, I think, at least for me. Number 8, your cooler turning into a soggy mess disaster, making all your food just all gnarly and gross. That is really miserable too. And the big fix for that is, instead of buying bags of ice, we talk about this so many times, is freezing up the water bottles, either gallon jugs or 1 liter water bottles. Throw them in the freezer, make that the ice in your cooler. That is a big difference. That way, when that stuff does melt, it's contained in the bottles and it's not just a big pool of like ice cold water making everything just soggy and destroyed and gross. That is just horrible, man. We get a lot of comments about the frozen water bottles. A lot of people are under the impression that when you freeze the water bottles, it causes a lot of microplastics to leach out into the water. And that's really not the case. A lot of people get that wrong. You can look it up, but heat is what does that to the plastic water bottles. Freezing them doesn't produce that, like leaving them out in the sun would in a hot car, stuff like that. That's what you really need to worry about. So instead of buying huge bags of ice and letting that melt and turning your cooler into just a soggy disaster, go with the nice blocks of ice, freezing those gallon jugs or 1 liter bottles. That is the absolute game changer, man, right there. Number 9, terrible coffee. That makes your camping trip miserable. That makes my camping trip miserable. I need good coffee. Now, we've tried every method under the sun of making coffee while camping. Most of them failed miserably. But the 2 best ones that we've ever come across have been the French press coffee maker we've talked about a million times, and the AeroPress coffee maker. I will link that in the video description as well. That makes a really nice cup of coffee. We've also come across this ultralight one that I will link as well. We did a video on it and that was impressive. It's very, very simple. It's just a little filter that sits over your cup. You put an extra filter in it, fill it with coffee, boom. But we've tried them all, man. We have tried them all. And the other little thing I want to throw into that is having those Yeti tumblers. Oh man, that's sweet, because then you can make your coffee, take a couple sips, close that lid, go stoke up the fire, start cooking breakfast, come back to the coffee, and it's not ice cold, you know, because you're outside. A lot of times in the morning, it's chilly, man, and things get cold so fast, your food, your coffee, whatever it is. So having those Yeti tumblers is a nice little trick to keep that coffee warm for hours for you, so you can really enjoy it. If you don't have good coffee, that's miserable in my book. And last but certainly not least, number 10, which can make your trip not only miserable, but dangerous, and I just touched on this on the last video, is never leaving food or trash around your campsite. Keep your campsite clean, all right? In the last video, I talked about never bringing food inside your tent, but don't leave trash or food around your campsite. Gooey, sticky marshmallow sticks, the trash bag from dinner that has all the scraps that you threw out, whatever it is, make sure all your trash is thrown away, brought out to whatever dumpster might be at the campground. Make sure your food is locked up in your bear box. Keep that campsite clean. Do not leave any food or trash around for any animals, big or small, mice, squirrels, raccoons, skunks. We've seen it all, man. But you definitely don't want to get into bringing the bears in and the mountain lions in and the coyotes in and everything like that. That's just, it can get really dangerous. So just make sure you keep your campsite clean and you should be good to go. You do not want to wake up to any problems with animals in the middle of the night. That will definitely make your camping experience very miserable. All right? So there you go. Those are 10 things that can make your camping experience absolutely miserable. And hopefully I showed you a few tips and tricks here to help you avoid those things, so that way your next camping trip is a much better one because of it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. And if you're into this sort of thing, don't forget to hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Later. If you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to check out the rest of the Where We Wild YouTube channel, where we post a brand new video every week. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new adventure. Thanks for watching.
See ya.